Hi, Soham. Good evening, Soham. Soham. Good evening, everyone.
Hello. So we will be starting in 5 minutes. We are waiting for other participants to join.
Okay, because I thought we were to start at next. So I logged in many minutes back. It'll be nice if you start.
Hello, Balbir, sir.
Who's the coordinator? Soham.
I'm the coordinator, Soham.
Yeah. So good evening. And second is, can I request everyone to switch on their cameras? Right? You don't want to be talking to just alphabets.
Just a second, sir.
So where are we? Is everybody logging in from different locations or from one place?
These are from different locations, sir.
Different locations within the college? No.
Campus. Within the campus, from different locations.
Within the campus. Okay. Right. So why couldn't you all get together at one place, even if it is online, in some auditorium or something? No.
It becomes kind of difficult to manage everyone at one place, and it's more of a comfort thing that they can attend the talk from their rooms, so that a bigger audience can join them.
So how many students are attending it?
As of now, 30 have signed up for it, sir.
Okay.
We'll check on for more. 30 are attending for sure.
Right. So these 30 are from the first year batch, new entrants? No.
Uh, these comprise of all 3 years, so majorly first year, second year, and third year.
So what's the objective of this talk? Is it a hobby or something? Or it's optional
It's
or
a
is it
pre-BOSM talk, sir.
huh?
Pre-BOSM talk. So BOSM is the annual sports event at BITS Pilani,
Okay, so tell
where
me when you
various
are
can.
tell me when you're ready and I can start. And two is that
Oh yes, sir. We'll start in 5 minutes. Uh,
you
we'll
said
wait for the
five
crowd
minutes.
to just
5 minutes
join.
back, you said you'll start in 5 minutes. So
We're
5 minutes
waiting for
back, you
everyone,
said
sir.
you start in 5 minutes. Now you again saying we start in 5 minutes. What's the hassle now? What is the hold up?
Okay, we'll start in like 2 minutes. Please just give us 2 minutes.
And
We
I
are
want
facing
I
some
want everyone to
issues
switch
in
on their cameras.
recording.
Okay. Yeah. I said I want everyone to switch on the cameras.
Okay,
I
sir.
don't want to speaking to the walls. And how much time do you want
I'll
me to
make sure that.
speak? How much time do you want me to speak and how much time for Q&A?
It will be about hour, hour long conversation, and after that we'll proceed with Q&A, and we'll just see how long it goes.
You want me to speak for an hour and then Q&A?
Yeah, like we'll restrict the Q&A to 15 minutes at max, but the talk will be of an hour.
I suggest now the canvas that you've given me, let the former speaking be about 40 odd to 45 minutes. Let the other half an hour, 45 minutes be for Q&A because a lot of stuff will not get covered. Right? So you
Sure,
said
sir.
right? See? Yeah.
We'll start. Can we start, sir?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
Good evening,
I want
everyone.
maximum cameras on, right? And how do you handle question and answer?
So your
I-
internet is not. Hello.
No, you can't hear me.
Yes, sir. I think there's some problem with your network.
In my internet?
Yes, sir.
Is there a problem in my internet?
Seems like it, sir.
Hmm? One second.
No. S435.
Is it okay? I said, can you hear me? I said, can you hear me, Soham?
I can hear you.
Huh?
I'll start.
I said, can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, great. And if at any stage you can't hear me, right? So
Yeah.
you have my mobile number? No.
I'll inform you, sir.
Do you have my mobile number?
I have your mobile number.
So send me a
Yes, sir.
WhatsApp message. You are supposed to call me up at 5, you didn't.
Sure. I sent you a mail about that, sir.
No, but I sent you a message that let's touch base around 5 o'clock call me. This is my mobile number. Anyway,
I must have missed that.
uh,
Sorry.
let's get going, right?
Yes, sir.
So, so right again, just request everyone to put on their cameras. I'd like to see the faces, as many as possible. Right? Ayush. All others, I want as many people to put on their cameras, unless there is a bad connection or something. Otherwise, I'll be talking to the screen. It doesn't make great sense. Ananya Tripathi and was it AS 19 others? Yeah. Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's always great to be speaking to young minds, uh, especially about leadership, sports, and whatever else you wish to know. The canvas given to me is very vast. Uh, it includes even geopolitics and military and national security and stuff. So I would keep sports as the center point, and I will cover some issues, and I'll leave larger time for question and answer, and you can keep asking me question and answer. So you'll regulate. I'm not a very tech savvy guy. So who raises his hands and what is the method, that you please work it out. I think you're the administrator here, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir. I'll do that.
I personally feel sports is something which is the basis of entire leadership and nation building, right? So,
Yeah.
if I ask you, what is the best benefit that the players get out of the sports, or the players while playing sports, which is the best or the most important benefit you get out of it? Mostly, I think we'll consider fitness, right? That's what I thought as a young kid, or in school, or even in the INA military academy. But as you evolve and as you go through, sports at a higher level, you now know that every game, whether it is cricket or hockey or football, or cricket, have separate coaches. There is a skill coach who teaches you how to bat, how to bowl. There's a bowling coach which is separately. There is a mind coach and there's a fitness coach, right? So mind
Yeah.
is now given so much of importance that you need a dedicated coach to to psychologically prepare players for the competition, right? So sports do not only teach you fitness, nor do they teach you only skills, say how to bat, how to ball, how to hit a penalty corner, but they also teach you your mental perseverance and your ability to perform under pressure and your ability to handle setbacks, right? So I would say that the biggest takeaway from sports, fitness is a given, right, is about perseverance and your uh, mental preparedness to handle responsibilities, to handle leadership positions, or to guide people when they're in crisis, right? So you all agree with
Right.
me on that, right? Because earlier I used to see right from school and I saw it in the military, people normally say ये खिलाड़ी है. इसका मतलब ये studies में it was a given that he will not be or she will not be good in studies, right? But of late, if you see, a whole lot of good sports people are extremely qualified, are extremely outstanding performers in their academics as well, and that's something that I followed, right? I joined NDA, National Defense Academy. Then I joined a regiment or a corps. I joined ASC because they had polo team. And I thought all my life I'll just play polo. And I won't be so concerned about the profession. And as I grew up, I found if that as a sports person, your approach to life is too simple. You simplify complicated things. And I could do well in in my professional side as much as I could do in sports, right? So my son wanted to play. Sorry, I think today is a bad day. I just picked up this allergy.
No
My son
problem,
wanted
sir.
to play junior golf at the national level, so I had kept one condition that you will play golf only till such time you are good in academics. Moment your performance come down academic, so what I concluded was that you can very well one helps the other. If you are good in academics, if you apply your mind, you can strategize much better in sports. Okay, any game
Right.
it needs application of mind. Only thing that you can do learn only physically will be at most skill. कि लंबा किक मार दिया, बहुत लंबी बॉल मारता है, सिक्सर्स बहुत लगा देता है, right? But when to
Right.
hit a sixer and when to just play defensive or how to tire out the other man mentally, all that comes beyond just physical fitness and skills. So the first thing, so sports encompasses everything, and any country which has its human resource, which is based on fitness, sporting, academic, will have a much better quality of human power to progress the country or to look after its national security needs. So the first thing, I mean,
Right.
many attributes which make sports so important towards this goal, I would say first one is skill. It is again to learn say tennis, to learn hockey, golf, football, whatever. You need to learn certain skills, and for which I mean, there is nothing which is separately. Those skills empower you to give you the confidence कि मैं इतनी बॉल को इतनी बार ऐसे ऐसे करके मार सकता हूँ, right? Tennis they say like how many bounces can you give and then can you bounce it on the side of the tennis racket, right? And can you do it with the ulta hand, right? It gives you the hand-eye coordination. It gives your mind an exercise to forecast, forethought, reaction, and coordination, right? So this is something which you
Right.
learn from skills and gives you a great sense of satisfaction. And when you do 100 or 200 and you decide to do 300, you're able to do it. That gives you a mental development of the ability to achieve. And you stop at 280, 290, and you again say, I'll start again and do 300, right? That gives you that perseverance and the ability to try again and again and again till you succeed. So that is one thing. Then the one of the important principles of war, which is taught everywhere globally, is forethought and planning. Right? So only if you can think ahead, can you do the planning as to how will I do? Okay, our tournament's in October. So in the month of January, what should we do? Should we just get on to basic physical fitness and little bit of skilling, and then at a certain time then you start playing as a team. Then at a certain time you start uh, entering into smaller tournaments. You will have matches, or you will have the you know peripheral tournaments till you go for the big tournament. Have you done too much that you are tired and you have started now going beyond the apex, right? So that is forethought and
Right.
planning. It is not that you'll keep playing, and you'll win. You'll be tired by the time there's a tournament, physically and mentally, right? And before forethought and planning, there's a thing, another principle of workout: selection and maintenance of aim, right? So you select your aim, seeing your capabilities, seeing your competitors, you select the aim that my school, my college must come we must do a podium finish, right? I mean, first, second, third, or We are capable and we must win the tournament. I think you have to be realistic here, right? I won't say defeatist, realistic. And that is based on scientific evaluation, right? And whatever aim you do, then you do the planning. If you have the aim to come first, firstly you've done your assessment, you truly believe that you can come first, right? And if you plan that you can come first, if you think that you can come first, then you do the planning. Then you do a SWOT analysis. What are my weaknesses? What are my strengths? I have to build up the strengths more. I have to reduce the weaknesses and I have to grab opportunities, right? And see what are my threats and plug those threats. And once you do that, then you make an outline plan as to how are you going to go about it, right? So that outline plan, will give you overall thing. Then a similar strategy is applied on every game. And you must have the flexibility during velocity. You can't make a plan in a hockey game and then go and then say, keep looking for that. No. There is a very famous saying that no plan, howsoever elaborate it might be, will withstand the first bullet. I'm talking about no plan of war. Moment the first bullet is fired, everything goes haywire, right? So I must have contingency planning. Now, contingencies planning is as important in war as it is in game, and that is why sports are important for soldiers, and that is why sports are important for anybody and everyone. In fact, if you guys have a look, I've delivered a TEDx talk on soldiering, sports, and leadership, right? So it is basically, I feel, because when I looked back at my career, I said these two aspects. Not soldiering doesn't mean you have to be very uniform. Sports doesn't mean that you have to be an outstanding sports person. You have to be understanding sporting spirit. You have to be understanding the soldiering spirit, which is, which is discipline, which is fitness, which is fighting for your organization, right? So, in this case, you need to have that your aim selected, your forethought and planning, then you make a plan, and then you do the contingency planning. And then the ability to switch. Innovation. Once your skills are in place, you've done your planning, you have the discipline, then only in various difficult contingencies can you innovate and then score. And if you see, whatever I am saying is as applicable to life and professional development as it is to a sport. And that is why sports are most important for development of a person as he or she grows up, right? And I don't think you can achieve anything in all this unless you have discipline. If you say, I will get up every morning and practice, and you practice for a few days, then when I spoke about selection maintenance of aim, and after some days you get into that laziness, एक दिन रहने देता हूँ, right? And चलो कल को मैं ज़्यादा टाइम कर लूँगा, so कल फिर रहने दिया, then this रहने देना becomes more frequent than you are doing, practicing, right? So it is the discipline, and discipline actually tantamounts to very often giving up your certain other comforts and rights, right? Do you know that in the army, when we join the army, we come under Army Act or Naval Act or Air Force Act. Nowadays they made it common. You forego certain fundamental rights. You give up the right to go to the court on certain cases, and the court will interpret it as per Army Act. Like there will be so many things which are not an offence under the CRPC, criminal. आजकल BNS बोलते हैं, पहले बोलते थे Criminal Procedure Code, but they are an offence under the Army Act. So discipline even for sports. I have heard about, I think Bhupati or Leander Paz. They say his father used to make him practice so much that uh, if somebody had complained for ill treatment of a child, no, that could very well have been justified. So you have to be disciplined and you have to dedicate yourself. Dedication is another thing. People, you literally have to forget about uh, getting self pity on yourself. Hmm? And same things are applicable in life when you are commissioned officer or when you are working in a corporate world or if you are working in the government. These are the things which help you. I'll tell you, I when we joined when we are in NDA, we are doing our academics. We pass out as graduates, BA, BSc, and all that. And also, we do a whole lot of physical fitness. At times we are having lunch with sambar and chawal, and after 15 minutes you have a fallen, and then you front roll, and then you PT, and in the summers and everything, and you very often somebody is vomiting also, but nobody cares. So when I was a major and I was posted in Delhi, and I used to was captaining my team, polo team, and normally before a polo game we sleep early the previous evening, and you have very very early light lunch, and then you again relax so that when you go for the game at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5. I used to be commanding a unit, and I was so busy that I could only get back from my office at times 2:33. So there is no time to eat, and there is no time to eat lunch, and there is no time to relax after that. So then I told myself, I was 34, 35 years of age, 35 years of age. Then I told myself, okay, listen, in NDA, you never bothered about the sleep and all, and you are doing much tougher job. So I says, nothing, you have to, all that you need to do is be alert and awake. So I used to, in winters in Delhi, I used to come from the office, have a cold water bath, and be absolutely awake and go for the game. Right? So this is what hard work, perseverance, discipline, having gone through tougher times, gives you innovation and confidence to handle. I strongly believe a success is a success, and no amount of justified reasons can justify a failure. I'm not saying excuses. So you have to innovate. You have to work hard, and you can't say अब मैं क्या करता, मेरे तो ऑफिस से टाइम ही नहीं मिलता, मैं तो रेस्ट नहीं कर पाया, मैं इसके कारण नहीं कर पाया. So this is what sports teaches you, right? And I like said, flexibility with velocity. Once the game starts, there is no time to think हमने strategy में ये किया था तो ऐसे करें, अभी तो इधर को pass दे दे, अभी तो उधर को pass दे दे, right? Of course, during the practice, innovation and flexibility will only come if your skills are in place, your stamina is there, and you have rehearsed those contingencies. कि ऐसे ऐसे जाते आगे कुछ नहीं मिल रहा तो पीछे करूंगा, एंड जो मेरे पीछे है वो नहीं ऐसे नहीं खड़ा हो जाए कि यार कहाँ से आ गया बॉल, right? And that's what we see in hockey, and I really admire these youngsters who play there. So you need to be prepared for exercising flexibility, contingencies with the velocity, right? And you must have the agility, both physically and mental agility, to handle changed situations, right? And that is something which will help you achieve results both in life as well as in this sport. And strategy, like I said, at a larger picture, and then at a tactical level, and then execution. Execution is something which we as Indians are extremely weak in. right? It is not only planning, it is not only the strategy and the planning which is important. It is the execution of that strategy, which will obviously come with your skill set, your stamina, and mental stamina comes through ability to endure physical discomfort, right? हम जैसे कि we used to go for certain camps in our Indian Military Academy, and you are awake just sleeping for 1 or 2 hours for 3 to 4 days, and then on the last day you walk 40 kilometers with a pack which is 30-40 kg. You're dragging your feet, right? Now this is less for physical fitness, this is more for your mental endurance. Can you still? I remember once in Indian Military Academy, Dehradun, at night it was raining like hell, and we were marching, right? And there was an instructor who was walking ahead of us to guide us because we were absolutely green. So they felt, okay, you can't, just jungle warfare. And he was much shorter than me. And I was so sleepy, I used to walk behind him and watch, okay, Tika, he's there. And let me sleep for 2-3 steps. And I would sleep for 2-3 steps and then again wake up. And I will sleep while walking, sleep for 2-3 steps, again wake up. And suddenly he stopped. And I went and banged into him. And he was much shorter, so I was shaken up. So you learn even to sleep while walking, right? And that is what made you physically and mentally fit. You never cowed thirst on your own self thereafter, because that is what the world was, right? And then
Right.
another thing is, uh, sports teaches you how to handle victory and defeat. We all as Indians get very excited. हमने जीत दिया, हमने पहाड़ तोड़ दिया, ये कर दिया, हम करेंगे, नारे लगाएंगे. Whereas then when you are down, you are just down. You never get up. One day I was reading about Saina Nehwal. She won the quarterfinals or something. And after that, she went for the practice because she felt she had a weakness and she had to rectify that weakness, right? So that is the sum total of discipline, perseverance, how to handle victory. She could have been celebrating. After all, she's won some semi-finals or quarterfinals, but she went to practice. So that sports person's spirit, that sports person's innovation, and how to handle victory. The Indian cricket team lost the World Cup in Ahmedabad, right? I think
Right.
whatever that World Cup, 50 matches, 50 overs wala match, and they fell back and they again picked up from where they lost, and they went on to win T20. So that is perseverance, and that is how to handle setback. And with this, there is a thing called complacency, right? In 1982, we were playing in Delhi. This trophy called Savai Man Singh Gold was. It is presented by the Jaipur family. And Rajmata, Gayatri Devi
Right.
used to come give the prizes those days. So we won that trophy. Our team, ASC Polo team, out of some 10, 12 teams in Delhi, there's always a bigger competition. So, same handicap. Polo, there's a handicap. It's an 8-goal tournament. So, I was a young officer. I was about 23, 25 year old. So, I was doing a course in Meerut, course related to horse riding. So, they took special permission and called me to Bombay, because Bombay again same tournament was happening, Gwalior Gold was or something, and we thought हमारे को तो कोई problem नहीं अगर if we won against 16 teams, here there were 4 teams. We played the first game, We won it easily, and we are playing the semi-finals, and we assumed we'll be in the finals and we'll be winning it. So in the semi-finals, we said, yeah, let's preserve our horses. In any case, we'll win. So let's be more ready for the finals. So that day, we were in total command of the game. We went and hit 12 times at their goal. We missed by 6 inches, 1 foot, 1 yard, and we could score only 1 goal. And we used to again say, "Chalo, abhi fir kar denge, koi problem nahi." And ultimately, they came to our goal twice and they scored twice. And we lost 2-1. Right? And I was a young junior most. So I was told, pack up your bags, catch the train, go back to Meerut, continue with your course. And that is one lesson I never forgot in my life. So even as a head of my service, when somebody came and told me, sir, I've done this, and I'm absolutely confident, I used to tell him, I am little scared when you tell me all this. I said, when I was in your position, I was considered to be a good chap in a profession. And I had not done it to this level that you are saying. Right? So, complacency in sports also tantamounts to, like I've seen a lot of officers getting into trouble, thinking that I'll be able to do it, and then at the last moment. And same thing can happen in the battle. Kisko to hum ragad denge, it's a very weak enemy. So never underestimate your opponent and competitor, say in business, and I mean even at the national level, because complacency is one of the big. It can lead you to pitfalls, and you can probably, despite capabilities, despite having planned, and despite having the discipline, you could be not winning it, or not, you might not be having the verb. And that is why when a person says I know it all, that is the start of the person's downfall. We were doing a course called Defense Services Staff College, where you go, it's a very competitive course, entrance examination as majors at the age of 32, 33. So when he went there, so our chief instructor said, gentlemen, uh, we are here to learn from each other. They call the instructor as directing staff. He directs. They don't call him an instructor. And because it is at a level where he says, we all are, when you're young, you think you know all. And he says, only when you reach a certain stage, like the age of 30 plus, you start looking around and seeing how less I know and how more I need to learn. And he says, luckily, both the directing staff as well as the students, all of you are in that age group of 30 plus. So you have to learn from each other. And I again followed this as a lesson for life. That, and now I've retired 8 years back, I'm 68-year-old now. You still feel you need to learn so much. And I also very often, when people say, no, he's professionally very sound. And I used to tell people, before my retired, I've done all whatever best courses and qualifications. I said, still I haven't understood where is this professional soundness coming from. You probably need commitment, hard work, right? And the skills, of course, as you grow up, skills are there. When you're young, you need more skills, emphasis on learning skills. As you grow, then you need more emphasis on your personal quality. Integrity, honesty, perseverance, relationships handling. And if you are a hardworking person and if you are sincere and committed to the organization, a lot of skill weaknesses get covered. So sports teaches you all this. You would have seen a lot of teams with outstanding players lose because another team with average players have a team spirit. They have selflessness. There's a chap called Dhanraj
Right.
Pillai. Have you heard of his name? Dhanraj
Yeah.
Pillai was a hockey player. He was a forward. And this person, I used to admire him so much. Unfortunately, when he was playing and he was the captain also, the team didn't do well so much at that time. But
Right. Huh.
opponent opponents used to put two people to mark him. And I'm sure the poor chap must have been injured so much. I used to see him, he was a short person. One day I saw in the game, he went into the goal and uh, he was hemmed in by three chaps. And he, while falling, just flicked the ball to the other chap and he whacked it into the goal. And that's the day I said, this is the true selflessness of a man for the team. And there are no awards for who scored. And that goal would have gone as a dedicated to the guy who scored it. But he was the one who showed that is what is.
So coming on to sports,
So,
and
okay,
like there
I
are a
told
lot of
you
things we can
question answer. One second, let me just sum it up. So, I always say if you learn to play life like a game, where you understand the concept of calling a foul is a foul and a goal, you will have a much better going in. It teaches you to call a spade, right? That is what sports teaches. The games, the referee or the judge doesn't see whether you are a CEO or an executive, whether you are a general or a jawan, right? अगर वो सही काम कर रहा है तो आपकी ऑफसाइड पे सीटी बजा ही देगा और आपके गोल पे वो जवान के गोल पे भी सीटी बजा देगा. So that's how sports teaches you to play life with correct fairness and rules. So if you play life like a game where you call a goal and a foul, you will contribute a lot to building your own character, your nation, and your organization. So now tell me what else you wish to ask. Yeah.
uh, like I understood the whole point regarding sports and how army actually affects you and molds you into kind of a person who can be resilient under pressure and prepares you mentally, like gives you that mental toughness. Uh, but now moving on to the geopolitical aspect of this talk, and like coming up with the most in trend or the hottest question right now, which is India has recently participated in SEO summit in Tianjin. uh, how do platforms like SEO impact India's defense posture and diplomatic leverage? Along with it, we also have pressure from US, like with growing friction from over US imposed tariff and added pressure from India's continued interest and ties with Russia. How should we safeguard India's national interest while building long-term alliances? Because as a third person like me, who hasn't like seen a lot of geopolitics, you have been in that field for a long time. India is playing in the middle ground right now. We are talking with China, we are talking with Russia, we are talking with USA, and now we are kind of stuck in middle of nowhere where we don't actually have a good friend. We have ties with everyone, but we don't actually have a good friend right now in terms of geopolitics. So how do
Okay.
you assess that situation?
So I'll tell you there is a very famous share by Iqbal which says खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से ये खुद पूछे बता तेरी रज़ा क्या है, right? The solution to
Right.
this dichotomy that you have said lies in making yourself so strong. When I say strong, it is not militarily, it is economically. Economics lead the way for your strength, for your national power. If you are economically so strong like China did over the last 40 years, then 1% of your GDP can buy, have so many weapons and everything. right? China's modernization, their first modernization was economic modernization. They have only started talking about military only now, right? So one thing is the solution to our problem lies in making ourselves strong. We are trying to do that, and that is something which again becomes a friction point. You have more enemies than friends who would like to halt your your march to the sea. India strongly believes in a multipolar world. After Second World War, there's a bipolar world. There was a West and there was Soviet Union led
And
Warsaw
the
Pact and others,
yeah.
right? So after Soviet Union disintegrated in 1990 something, it became a unipolar world in which America would call the shots. And Mr. Trump's thing, MAGA, Make America Great Again, he today very often thinks he is the president of the world and not of United States of America. And he would like to dictate to every country that you behave in the manner that I am saying. India has always been in favor of a multipolar rule-based world order. And now, to exercise that, you need to have the strength. And we luckily have a strength of 1.4 billion demographic advantage. Our economy is doing far better than the other countries. We are luckily not so export dependent, right? So even with all the tariffs and everything, you will still be able to not be impacted so badly. The government has already taken some steps. ये GST वाला ले लिया है. They're diversifying markets. And if you see today's news and all that, America again wants reapproachment with India, right? Now,
But so,
SCO,
from what I think, America is not a very like trusted partner. They just see their
absolutely.
interest. Like every country will see their interest first.
There is
That's
no
that's very
country,
obvious.
there is no country, there is no country. See, USSR is trusted, right? USSR
Yeah.
has repeatedly proven to be a trustworthy partner, right? But it has its own fault lines and economic problems due to which it cannot, uh, it doesn't have the ability to be giving you everything at all times. That is why India is doing that balancing act of keeping USSR or saving USSR from isolation, thereby having USSR standing by you for S-400 and other things, not accepting American pressure and buying S-400. Then also people-to-people contacts, economic and other things with the USA, and also we are buying some weapons and aircrafts and other things from USA. USA also needs India to hedge against China because earlier why China came up because Nixon went
Because USA supported it.
to wean away China from USSR at that time. They made China so strong now that they can't handle it, right? In the middle of all this, India strongly believes in a multipolar world. So does many countries believe. So do many countries believe. France believes in multipolar world. There is the global situation will never be black and white. India itself is at a level where it doesn't want to be. You can't say like Pakistan can go and stand in line and be so and so's chamcha. India can't. India is got standing of
Right.
its own. So as of now, I am quite pleased the way India is handling its situation. It was Trump who tried to dump India. India went and it one photo of it. It doesn't send that I am aligning with the USSR or I am aligning. India is not. India is not in favor of joining alliances. We have flatly refused
Right.
America a number of times that we will not be part of your alliances. If you become part of their alliances, they will start using you wherever they want. We have decided now that we will go and intervene this. Please send one brigade. Send so many weapons. Half the NATO countries are fed up of all these commitments that the NATO had in last few decades, right? So, to my way of thinking, India is doing the right things as of now. We need to move fast towards economic growth. We need to set our own house in order, our internal disturbances and fault lines. That's what we need. And geopolitical equations, I think we are doing fine. And uh, hopefully the world will move towards a multipolar order. And because you will be heard only when you are strong. If you are strong, you will be heard. Today, a lot of people listen to us because we have a big market. So that's how there'll nothing be in the black and white. It'll always be in the gray zone, right? So we are doing. I feel we are handling it well. Yeah.
But sir, the whole point boils down to the fact that we need to get our economy up. And when you have that economy, you get that dictating power, as USA has. But the thing is, uh, comparing ourselves with China is not the best decision, from what I personally feel, because China has a dictatorship. They can direct people, they can apply any law so that they can just boost their economies without
Yeah.
actually safeguarding interest of their people. But India is far different from it. We have religious issues. The poverty line is pretty much like messed up. Our nominal GDP is also not up to the mark. The whole money is concentrated to a handful of people. So I don't think that India will get that economic lead and get to that stage pretty quickly. We'll at least need 40 or 50 years to get to that stage where we can have that actual economic power over people. So as the China
Let
or
me
USA have.
let me cut you short. Listen. See, we can't change the basic rules of the game at how China does it. Or India is a democracy. It's a functional democracy. And I don't believe in this concept of 40, 50 years. I think you're assessing it wrong. India is already, see, we have a lot of order in our chaos. What looks very chaotic, we have a lot of order. We have a lot of today after the COVID, there is a lot of switch of supply chain. The world is not scared of India. World most middle countries know that this is one country who has no expansionist design. They don't go around taking advantage of their strength, right? So, and I think we are doing
Right.
very well economically. We won't take 40, 50 years. We will be we will be a recognizable power within next 10 odd years, unless we spoil it by some coalition governments or some governments which are terribly corrupt and or we fall prey to some fault lines being exploited by adversaries. As of now, as things stand today, I think we are on way to be acknowledged as a see. China is already having some problems with their economic growth. They are having problem about demographic
Right.
disadvantage, that one child family and others. They have tried their hand by in Galwan and others trying with India. India, whenever after 62, whenever there's been encounter, China has got a bloody nose from India, right? Even now, this Op Sindoor, China, Turkey, Azerbaijan were all supporting Pakistan. Yet they've been hammered. There is clear-cut evidence. They might have made Munir a field marshal. So India is doing well, but it has miles to go before we sleep. We have a lot more to do. But that state of helplessness is not there. We are not in a state of helplessness, which a lot of young people at times think, no, we are doing quite well.
No, we
And
aren't in a
then,
state of helplessness. But
uh,
the thing I'm trying to tell is that India is not even like mm, not a global superpower right now. We have some
India,
kind of power.
listen, India, listen, call it global power or whatever. India is on the verge of being a global power. The fact that everybody is wooing India, कुछ तो होगा ना भाई. Why does why doesn't China ignore India? Why is USA not ignoring India? Why is EU not ignoring India? India has a place. India is doing well, but it has to do very well. And uh, I mean, there's no issues. We have to do more. All of you have to do more. That's it. Yeah. You'll never have an answer of we have reached or we haven't reached. You'll always be reaching, trying to reach. Yeah. What else? Any other thing that you want me to cover?
Like my last personal point, then we'll move on to Q&A. In April, India suspended the Water Treaty with Pakistan due to the rising border tensions. How do such diplomatic escalations affect operational readiness and the regional stability? I know that Pakistan is not a big of threat right now, but still we need to consider it a kind of advisory right now.
Pakistan is very much a threat. Pakistan is very much a threat in the sense that Pakistan uses different tools. Pakistan will never attack you. We'll have to attack Pakistan whenever required, like we did now. Pakistan uses asymmetric warfare. They use this third dimensional hybrid warfare, terrorists,
Lead by thousand cuts technique,
yeah.
like all that.
So Pakistan is also the weapon which is used by China to hedge against India. They tested their weapons using Pakistan. So Pakistan is very much a threat, and Pakistan in collusion with China is a bigger threat. So India is aware, and we started speaking openly. Till about 30 odd years back, we used to say we'll never have a two-front war. We'll be able to handle China diplomatically, and then Pakistan will fight, or we'll be able to. Pakistan will not intervene when we are handling China. But now it's an open secret that they will both come together. So that's okay. That is okay. But India is not a pushover. No? We don't have to go and capture something. We have to defend. And to defend, like if suppose China does something with India and we are able to go and embarrass it, he's trying to be a global power by capturing something of theirs, which we will for sure. We are winners. They'll have no face in front of the global community. So that's fine. Yeah.
That was all from my part. We'll just move on to the audience Q&A section.
Yeah.
If anyone has a doubt, just raise your hands and I'll let you speak. Like I'll just turn on your mic. Just a second, sir.
Yeah, no question.
I have received question from someone.
Okay.
The question is like, what parallels do you see between military training and sports coaching in terms of discipline and resilience?
Okay. You know, when we were in the National Defense Academy, we used to do three things. Physical training, we called it PT. Then we had drill, that is that दाहिने mode, बाएं mode, वो करते जो parade, जिसको बोलते हो. And third thing, we had weapon training, right? And of course, we had sports.
Right.
So we used to wonder, how does drill teach? They say drill is the bedrock of discipline. And we used to wonder what is the relationship between this parade of the N mode, bi mode, and discipline. It is only that you realize later that you learn the art of obeying instructions. So likewise, the weapon training is what is the ultimate thing. Everyone thinks that army means weapon training only. There is academic training, there is physical training, there are sports, and there is weapon training. And there is something known as tactics. टैक्टिक्स भी होता है कि कहाँ से अटैक करना है, कैसे करना है, जंगल में फील्ड क्राफ्ट कैसे करना है. So there is a relationship between, and if you see what we spoke for last 40 minutes, all these things are applicable in sports. Physical fitness, obedience, discipline, tactics, strategy, perseverance. So actually speaking, there is, that's why if you see the maximum contribution to our national teams is from the services, though they never write ये army का है, बहुत कम लिखते हैं. Boxers, all these people. So there is a lot of similarity between sports and performance in the battlefield, and that's why that sense of competitive spirit, that urge to win. Like they say in war, there are no runners up, there are only winners, right? So if you fight a sport with that spirit, you will. That's why we have a lot of sporting competitions at every level, company level, battalion level, brigade level, nationals. So that is. Yeah.
Okay. We have got one more question from Jay. Jay, can you ask your question?
Yeah. Hi, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, like in the life of any sports person, one of the major things that you have to deal with is like losing. So how do you come back from a loss? Like even if you give your 100%, sometimes you just lose. How do you come back from that?
How do you come back from after a loss? I think there will always be psychologically for a while. You will be down, but the earlier they say it's not so bad to fall. It is more important how you get up after a fall, right? So any loss in the sports field, you have to pick up the 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 gaps in your defense or the gaps in your performance in a sport and start working on them. You have these things that we spoke of. You need skills, you need fitness, you need strategy, and you have tools to help you in terms of coaches and other. आजकल videos आते हैं. So you have to get back to the basics and go up systematically and tune yourself to to winning spirit. I'm sure it can happen.
Yeah.
But
Thank you
it
so
is
much.
difficult. It is difficult, but it has to be done.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. Sorry, I think I just got this allergy.
I think those were the questions, sir, and I guess we are running out of time, so we'll just call it a day. And I'll just do the closing statements for the
I
evening.
enjoyed interacting with all of you. I think those also who I couldn't see, doesn't matter. It's been a pleasure. So, are you Soham? Are you on social media anywhere? No.
I'm on Instagram. Like, Instagram, WhatsApp. Those are the only two platforms I use.
Are
And
you on
LinkedIn, if you count.
LinkedIn and all? No. Eh?
Yes, sir. I'm on LinkedIn and Instagram majorly.
So what can you put something about our talk today on LinkedIn, Instagram, and tag me or जो भी करते हो?
Yes, sir. वो हो जाएगा.
Eh?
मैं आपकी Instagram ID पे वो forward कर दूंगा and LinkedIn
then
पे भी आपको
I
repost
don't know what
या
is
option दे
mine is
दूंगा.
what Balbir Sandhu, Lieutenant General Balbir Singh Sandhu LinkedIn पे भी check कर लेना. So I'll be grateful if you can put whatever are your impressions about what we had, right? And
Surely, sir.
then just whatever. Will you be able to search me on Instagram? Hmm?
I'll I'll just try, sir. I have my phone with me. I'll just try.
Acha. Anyway,
Do you have your Insta ID? Like,
Insta ID में है बलबीर संधू 1957 है शायद. I think so. I am also not very tech savvy here. Balbir Singh 1957, right? So
yes, sir. I found your ID. Yes, I found your
yeah,
ID.
and LinkedIn में भी है लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल बलबीर सिंह संधू. तो फोटो वोटो तो नहीं डाल सकते हम कोई, या डाल सकते? और can you take a screenshot or something and put it?
Oh, surely, sir.
Yeah. So if you put it and if you send me something on WhatsApp, then I can also put it. I would like this to happen. It'd be nice.
Surely, sir. I'll forward you the details of like the post meet or whatever the summary comes out to be.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. Uh,
No,
a
it's a
big thank you
pleasure.
to you, our organizing team at Embryo, and all who tuned in. Jai Hind, and here's to a powerful BOSM 2025.
Wonderful song.
Thank
Good
you.
to
Thank you
see
for your
you
time, sir.
organizing it so well as a young man. You must, all of you must stay committed to your country, to your school, to your organization. Never think nothing will happen if I don't do it. Everyone, every individual, every youngster matters. You must look after the environment, look after your organization, look after your school, country, everyone, college, right? Everyone matters. Never think that I don't matter. Everyone matters. And all that we spoke of, you pick up a bit of all that, you will go places, right? Never be too ambitious, just be hardworking. I never aimed to become a general, right? I only wanted to do well in my present. I used to believe if I have to run, I have to run faster than my colleagues. If I have to study, I have to study better than that. And everything kept falling in place, right? You don't put in effort to come first. You put in effort to do the best and make sure that you are satisfied to have done the best. वो गीता में भी लिखा हुआ है, ग्रंथ साहब में भी लिखा है, आपको फल मिल जाएगा. आप मेहनत करो, फल मिल जाएगा. हम लोग क्या है, we do select our aim well, but we don't want to follow the right route, but we want to reach the Mount Everest. So my advice will be keep it simple. You know, हमारे आर्मी में बोलते हैं किस, keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple and have commitment. Be dedicated. You'll get results. And with that, thank you very much. It's a pleasure talking to you all, and I wish you and all your colleagues all the best. Take care and enjoy yourself. Do we leave now? Soham?
Hello.
Are we done?
Yes, sir. We are done.
So, do I leave?
Yes, sir. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you for your time.